Alright, so this has been a long work in progress. This new island's island's island a couple months later, like part whatever this is. I'll upload it and it'll be whatever. This has been months in the making. This has taken forever. Let's see what's happened to my island in the last couple months. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to guess what happened. I'll actually give you questions. A. I moved out of the island and I'm now using a separate island. B. I got absolutely robbed by one of my best friends. C. I quit and left and gave everything away. Or D. None of the above. I'll let you decide right now. Maybe five seconds. If you guessed A, then you weren't right. I moved completely different to a different island. Took all my stuff from the other from this island and moved it to the other one. It's actually kind of a sad sight to look at because this island is really old, like really, really old. Like it's got the old starter island and everything. If you look down, oh, I fell. If you look down, you get to see the old portal island and the old original island. The new one's much bigger and better, but it's a cool thing to look at. So basically, all that's left of my old island is I've taken everything that can be transferred out. For some reason, the first anniversary cake could be moved, but the second one you can't, which was stupid by the devs to make that decision. They should have made the first one untransferable, and the second one yes. I don't know what they were thinking, but essentially that's what's happened. As you'll see in a second, you'll get to see my newest and best island of yet. Me and my friend Solo Dinosaur have merged our old accounts and have made a brand new beautiful island, and I'll show you guys that in a moment. For now, let's take a look around. This is where my crystal iron farm used to be with all the test totems. My shop was here. The castle I made years ago was here. There's the hole where my YouTube sign was, and it was written here with flowers. The donations box and the top donators are here as well. The signs still remain. Soccer Champion, Turdman Soup, Chicken Powder 90, Minecraft Pro, Sir Bacon, Epic Dendritic, and there's buddy I started the island with. Solo Dinosaur, you can also call him Booyah Fred, Santa Chimp, and Slam 0602. Basically anything of value has been gutted and is gone. Like the cafe, the Esser Cafe, is gone. The cake is even sold off the top because of that iron blocks. The furnace ASMR is missing. I doubt there's anything left up in here. Yeah, there's nothing. Anything that isn't just blocks. I don't even have a pickaxe. This is not tradable. Not tradable. Not tradable. Same thing with the cake. It was kind of sad. The underworld portal had to go as well. This is where all my machinery used to be. My onion farm, carrot farm. That was my tomato farm, I'm pretty sure. Steel farm. It's all gone. Now we're gonna go take a look at the new island. Welcome to the new island. So I'm going to turn around and show you what we completed, and I'll show you guys around. This has been a long time to make. I think I think it could have been almost a year, even. But this has been a lot of time in the making. We've taken some time. We've taken a long break in between, but it was fine. We've got this island set up, and it's even better than it's just as good as the old one, if not better, in my opinion. So we've got the tree farm here, right? There's a lot to go through. So there are 3 people in this co-op. There is me, Solo Dinosaur, and a newer friend you guys haven't seen yet. So let's start things off. We have Maple Farm, more efficient, not finished. We're gonna plug in a third tap here and make a third thing. We just don't have time for that. Chili peppers, we got more of them. We have 49. Our berry field, these are all the berries from the old castle, all put over here. The portal, the room is gonna need some work. We got some basic thing going right now. It's not very pretty. We don't really need any of that. Work on that right now. Gotta go buy some pumpkin seeds and some blueberry seeds from Cletus. Here we've got our animal area. We've actually put in some effort into our animals this time. So we get to shear our sheep because we need the wool, like really bad. Crap! I just locked myself in here, haven't I? Take it out. I'm gonna get my new Void Mattock. Mattock. I don't know if I pronounce it Mattock or Mattock. I was pronouncing Mattock. But basically, we have put so much effort into other aspects that we normally just didn't care about earlier. Like animals, the most obvious one. Like we didn't have any animals. We now have horses that go light speed, and we've managed to actually take care of animals because we need wool for building blocks, and we need chickens for eggs and turkeys for raspberries because they're all thorny. We have candy cane vines. These are from last year, so they're completely unobtainable now, I'm fairly certain. We have dragon fruit. We have void parasites even. Now up here is our third member's house. This is a very well put together, and since they're an artist, they can make some pretty cool builds. Better than what we can do. Me and Solo Dinosaur. We're now going to go down to the industrial area. One of the most impressive ones yet is the industrial area. Before I go to the industrial area, there's a little industrial outcropping over here. This is the red bronze farm, an automatic red bronze farm. First time I've ever been able to say that I've made an automatic red bronze farm. Although it's not very effective, it provides plenty for our island. And since we got lucky that they spawn next to each other. Christmas presents are spawning around the island right now. I got a Santa plushie. That's the flower breeder, but I'll explain it later. So we're going to the industrial area. So, to get things off, here is our steam generator. This produces energy year-round, 24/7, for all the light scattered across our island to keep everything nice and bright. This is our little industrial cooker. Very basic setup. This is the tree fruit shaker with the plum tree has been set up. So we have plums growing. We switch it out with whatever tree we need in the moment. Right now we're just doing plums because they're the most profitable. It's not very effective though. Here is our petroleum barrel filler. We realize how much for some reason we only got one oil deposit. We decided to stretch it to the max though. We might be able to get 3 refineries worth of oil coming out of this thing. We already have 2. Get 1, 2, 1, 2. So what we did was we split the petroleum coming out of this one in 2. We moved it out over here, and it goes over there to the tier 2 crate packers for our auto farms. The other one just powers the tree fruit shaker for now. So here's our tomato farm. It's more effective than the old one, much larger. The totems are partially upgraded, evenly out because we can't. The wood makes it really expensive, so we have to space it out by range. So this one will be upgraded. These 2 will be upgraded, and then here these ones will be upgraded for plant growth. That is, so we get more efficient. We're gonna replace these with tier 2 conveyors later because so tomatoes don't despawn as much. Pretty effective. This is 1,000 tomatoes, and that's only only a little bit. This is our basic iron farm. We need iron 24/7 around this place for many different things like decoration, and it's nice. You only need 1, and it's really effective. Get a lot of iron in just a little bit amount of time. Here's our steel farm. This is a huge W. This creates, oh my god, a preposterous amount of steel goods because of how effective it is. We've designed. This took me maybe a couple days to design and make properly. Without items items don't despawn. Luckily, it takes 4 industrial smelters to go into 4 different steel mills. And then we have our bread farm. We feed this because our horses really enjoy bread as their best food, and it's also just a good backup healing item. Before we had chili peppers. Now this is really just for the horses. Now we give it to people. We give bread to people who visit our island. So finally, we have this is our AFK box. This is not finally. We go in here and I use a macro to keep myself from getting kicked, and I sit here all night and let all the farms run. Over here, got carrot farm. It is It's partially tier 2 conveyors to increase efficiency, and like I said, some of these totems are partially upgraded. And so let's see how much this thing has collected. 15. I think I left this one open for a while. Here's our stone brick creation machine thing. It has all of the stone bricks we need. So I have, how many stone bricks do I have in my inventory right now? I have 9,626. Here's our basic starfruit farm. We don't have very many seeds, so we can't make it very large. It makes a decent amount of starfruit. Starfruit's very expensive though. Here's our very, very, very pleasant pumpkin farm. This took me and Solo Dinosaur a while to design, because it was his idea for the pumpkins, because pumpkins apparently got buffed. Like, not their growth speed, but their their availability got spiked. A lot of these pumpkins are originally from the 2020 Halloween event, which means these pumpkins are like the first pumpkins to ever be made. Very effective farm. How many crates of pumpkins I have? I have 369. I can make a fortune. This is Solo Dinosaurs alone. Although I helped contribute some, these are mostly his. This is mostly his idea, because I didn't even think about automating melons, but melons are apparently really good. Over here we have we've got another copper farm, so we can, with copper plates, input it into this copper press. Let's move over here and look at our last thing in the industrial area before we see my favorite part of this whole new island. This is just another copper farm. I'm pretty sure this one is rods. I'll introduce you to the massive wall next. Time to jump off. Go back around. This right here is our wall. We have to keep our industrial area separated from areas where visitors can enter, because they like to get in and screw with the machinery. I found out that I built this wall thinking people could take stuff right off the conveyors. Well, found out they can't do that now. They used to be able to back in the very old days, and I thought that was still a thing. But it's cool having it separated, you know? Having a huge wall is kind of cool. I'm going to make most of this glass later, but it's not done yet. This is one of my favorite things. We have the flower farm. So we have gotten a wide variety of flowers. We have lots of the chrysanthemums, whatever you want to call them. We got a lot of them. Fertile white, I just noticed we had this. Jeez, okay. We have lots of these chrysanthemums, and we have orange hibiscuses, pink ones, black ones, green ones, and blue ones. We have a wide variety. We're also starting to breed purple ones, but we want to get fertile purple. We still haven't gotten that yet. This is why I like this so much more than the old one. The old one only had 2 hives, and I couldn't have more hives than that. Apparently, they either increased the cap of bees you can have on the island, or made it infinite, and the cap just adjusted depending on how many hives there were on the island. But now we've got like a mega pollination machine going, and it's amazing. Up here, oh, is this either my horse or Slow Dinosaur's horse? This might be mine. Yeah, this is mine. I named it the Plunger. It's a tier 1 horse, but it goes very fast. I'll use it to show off the rest of the island. This is the castle. This is like the residence where me and Solo Dinosaur live. We're doing great. We're gonna put in some carrots for the horse. For some reason, when 2 horses are on the island at once, sometimes one can just vanish into thin air, and that's concerning. But it's still here, just invisible. We don't know what's going on with that right now. Some bug. It's inside just one of the castle turrets at the moment. Here we've got our pleasant little mirror blocks. Oh, Christmas update part 2. I don't care. So, I'll give you a tour. This is Son of Dinosaur's room. This is his pumpkin bed. We had a smaller house before the castle, and we had to shove it into the floor because of how tall it was. There's no need for that anymore. We've got a beautiful chandelier, some weapon racks, one of them which has been stolen from. I didn't do that at all. Some books. What is that? I don't know what kind of setup this is, but it's funny. And my painting that he stole. And money in a couch. Comes up. Here is my room. Got a little balcony with some books on it. little display case with all the three colored fireflies. In ATM where I keep my money, I have money here and I have money here. I don't understand the purpose of ATMs, but I just use it for fun. Because you don't lose money when you die, at least I don't think so. Workbench tier 2 just to make it feel more homey, and I can make stuff in here if I really wanted to. I could make it a put tier workbench tier 3 here. My train bed. This was in like this tiny house just right next to his bed. Oh my god, I can sleep in here with the horse. We got a little bedside desk here where I can do work, whatever I want. Second to last, we have the crafting station room. This is where all the crafting happens here. This is like the workshop. We got honey presses. Let's put in some stuff here now, because I always have to have honey jars going for several different purposes. We have our polishing station or washing station, a floral bench, a furniture workbench, coloring station, an animal bench, our workbench tier 4, which I'm very proud of, by the way. I sold, as a sign said on my old island, I think I've sold my soul for a red bronze. I spent so many hours grinding. I have luxury workbench tier 2. It got reset. It requires a crap ton of electrite. I don't even know what to do with electrite at this point. I don't know how to get it anymore. Because when I got my original batch of electrite, which was like thousands upon thousands, I got it like from the old like Buffalo Core Island like extension from a long time ago. Our brewing stand, like a regen potion or a strength potion or void potion, you know. Cooking table, got a decent level of cooking. I can probably grind some of the berry pancakes. Yeah, I can probably craft some right now. It gives me nice cooking level ups. Our sawmills, which some may have fuel, some may not. Some furnaces, all these have solidified petroleum. Can shove that in there, and it produces 30% more product. Now, yeah, this is a new furnace ASMR, by the way. This is like the new thing. It's more than before. It's on its own little shelf too. Now this is our little lounge. This is our like dungeon lounge thing. Sonal Dinosaur made this all by himself. It was his idea. So it's supposed to be a dungeon. Be warned. Past this point is no return. He's horrible spelling. Turn back when you have the chance. Boo. See, he put a ghost and he put a sign that says boo. It's not finished yet. This is the most unfinished part of the island besides the portal. We're there. So it's kind of like in a bar lounge place. See, look. A mushroom, a falling star, a dragon leg, blood, a spirit, and a frog. The recipe come back to life. I'm gonna have to like humaniate some of this. View. Oh, I need jukebox we can pass. I don't care. Ingredients. The upgraded cauldron 9000 that costs half 1 million. So half a million. So this is the island. Okay, jump off. Oh, what's going on with my horse? So the most daunting part of this was probably placing all the grass to make a plane. It was a huge pain. Like all this grass wasn't here. Up until 2 days ago, there was very little grass everywhere. We had to just make grass to make it look more like an island and less like a mess of pathways. Basically, where you see the paths now, there was no grass next to it, besides here, because this is where the spawn island was. There's nothing here, just sky, more sky, more sky, more sky. Our old we had a really bad version of our flower farm going on back here. It had like it had 3 hibiscus, and that was like it. So yeah, I'm just really proud of this. We also got 3 underworld portals and stacked them on top of our portal here. I found out how little these lights work after I installed them, because I put them way too high from their spot. But I don't care, because they look nice. Thank you guys for waiting a long time for the Islands videos. I really take my time on these ones, and since I'm like an Islands OG back from like the first week it released, it's really nice to see how this game has come along. You know, it hasn't really changed for the worse. I mean, the worst it's changed for is how it's gotten so meticulously grindy. I mean, it's always been grindy, but sometimes the grinding has been unbearable. Like, I had my friend get me the infernal hammer. I got an infernal hammer now. Like, I got this thing. I had him grind it for me. Like, he's way better at grinding than I am. I'm a lot smarter. I can build machinery. he can't do much of the intellectual stuff, so he goes out there and grinds for hours and hours and hours fighting the same boss on repeat. I can't stand that. Somehow he can, and he got me the mattock and the hammer. Thanks to him for that. But I'm usually I helped him more with the machinery than anything else. I got a builder here who helps with the towers. Like the towers would have been crap without her. She built the towers. They look beautiful. Put some more detail. Like it would have just been the flat wall, square towers. It would have been terrible to look at. I wouldn't have been able to stand it. I would have had to try to rework it, and it would have looked horrible. See, even the entrance. The entrance would have been a square if it weren't for her. Same thing here. Like this would have been horrible. This would have looked worse. This would have. It all would have looked worse if it weren't for her. So props to everyone who made it to this co-op, which is just us three. Thank you for watching. I mean, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll give another update on the island once we go even further and make this place look even more impressive. And I can't wait to look back on all my old videos to see where I've come from and see how I've changed and how my styles have changed now I play the game. See you all in another video. Bye.